jeans. Should get two. We're a big family. We'll eat two. I think we should get 2 things of bananas. Well, hello people out there in internet land. This is Amanda with Eat, Pray, Crunch, and I am here to do another Costco haul for you. And I do a couple Costco hauls a year. This one is particularly notable because I am really proud of how much we got for how little we got it for. And I just wanted to give you guys a couple of ideas on how you can save a lot of money at Costco. My husband and I recently just started a new business, and so we have been in the startup phase for that. So we have definitely been trying to live within a stricter budget than we had been before. And so we have really been trying to rein in our spending and cut out things that we don't necessarily need. You know, try to do with what we have already and just try and cut down our budget on various things. And looking at our spending, I mean, if you've seen all of our food hauls in the past, we've talked about how food is one of the few things that we have in the past decided to spend more money on because we have felt like it's an investment in our health and just to get high quality, whole, real foods. Even that said, like, we always try to get everything organic and natural in the cheapest way possible. And I actually have a couple of videos from a couple years ago. I'll link those here if I can find them, just on some ideas on how to get organic and natural foods on a budget. But right now we're trying to do an even stricter budget than we were doing before. So we've had to prioritize like which foods are most important to us to have organic. It's okay, we can live for a little while without eating all organic food all the time. And I think that's okay. Like, do what you can with what you have, with the resources that you have. I still think it's quite possible to have a healthy, balanced, real food diet even without getting organic. So that's what we have been doing quite a bit lately. There are a few things that we just don't want to compromise on, like things that are on the dirty dozen list. We still try to get those organic. No, there are a few things we just stick to because they're not that expensive and, you know, we just like them better. I'd say it's like half conventional, half organic / natural haul. So you get a little bit of both worlds here. We still very much try to get real foods when possible. We absolutely try to avoid things like additives and preservatives, even if it's not organic. You can still find a lot of great products that aren't organic but don't have preservatives and additives and food dyes and like that kind of thing. So that is a long, rambly introduction. If you guys have seen my videos before, you know that I ramble sometimes. And you know what? That's just what I do. That is my style. So there you have it. So we knew that this particular Costco trip was going to be a really big one because we have a Costco City Visa card, and we decided that that is, other than our bank credit card, which we just don't use very much, but that is one of the main reasons we use a credit card. Is because of the rewards and the benefits. Like, I know a lot of people do like frequent flyer miles, that kind of thing, but we just don't fly that often. We don't travel by plane that often. I know there are other various benefit cards that you can get, but considering, you know, like we've said, a lot of our spending goes towards food and feeding our family of 5. We have a 2, 4, and 6-year-old. So yeah, food gets spendy. In terms of prioritizing which credit card we wanted to get, we felt like getting the Costco one was worth it, and it has been. With the Costco Citibank credit card Visa, we get a certain percentage back every year that can be spent at Costco. So, but you can use the credit card for anything. I mean, I do try to use cash when I can for like smaller purchases, but for everything else, I use that credit card for everything. And so I do that because it racks up all of these rewards. So, and all of these points that go towards basically having a free Costco haul once a year. So that's what we did. Somewhere around like $550 that we could spend at Costco. So we're like, wow, that's awesome. So we decided that we were going to just do a giant Costco run because our pantry was getting low with a lot of the normal things that we stock in there. We usually stock our freezer really well and eat off of that stuff throughout the year. We just needed to do a lot of restocking and just along with some of our regular groceries. And so we figured, you know what a better time to do a big haul, like pantry restock, just getting all of the stuff that we need that's going to last us for a while. So I will show you everything we got, but it ended up being $620 worth of groceries, you guys. We never ever spend that much at Costco, but we only did this time because we had this benefit this time. And so with our little reward, we only had, after taxes and everything, we only had to pay $72, you guys. $72 for $620 worth of groceries at Costco. Now, that to me is worth using a credit card responsibly for. I have made a whole video talking about our financial philosophy and views on money and that kind of thing. I will link that. Where are we? Here in the cards. And if you'd like to see that. But basically, like, we only mainly use this one credit card and we pay it off every month. We believe in not going into debt if at all possible, especially credit card debt. And so we pay it off every month, but we get this benefit from it. So it's basically like free money for groceries or anything at Costco. So that is why we use that credit card. And as you can see, it is paying literal dividends. So let's go see what we got. All right, so here is all of the refrigerables. If you have watched us for any length of time, you'll know that our family's favorite cheese of all time is Dubliner cheese. And it is now one of two kinds of cheeses that our son, who is on the autism spectrum, will eat. He used to only eat Dubliner. Now he also will eat Monterey Jack. But we still always have to stock up on Dubliner because that is our favorite cheese, at least for everyone but me. I can't have cow dairy at this point. I have some health issues that I will go into in another video, but I seem to be tolerating goat cheese just fine, and that has often kind of been the case in my life on and off. So I stocked up on the goat cheese. This is definitely the cheapest place to get this amount of goat cheese, and it really lasts in the fridge for a long time. There are 2 per pack at Costco, so there's a total, 4 of these things, and that will probably last me a good long while. Thank goodness cheese lasts a long time. And this I got for me and my daughter. She and I like beets. Nobody else in the family does, so she and I will eat them. Sometimes I'll put them in smoothies even for extra vegetables. Sometimes I'll cook them up or just cut them up and put them in salads. I like them, she likes them, but the boys in our family don't. So those are for us girls. Over here we have our favorite guacamole, the holy guacamole, and we love it because it is just avocado and spices, and that is it. And it's awesome because a lot of guacamoles put dairy in, which I can't have. So I am thrilled that they carry this that only has avocados and spices and nothing else. It's awesome. This Kerrygold grass-fed butter is a staple in our household. You've probably seen that one many times over in our other Costco hauls. It's the same brand as the Dubliner cheese. We love our Kerrygold. And then let's get down into our lunch meats. They now carry organic deli ham, which is awesome. They didn't used to carry that, so we're thrilled that they have that as well. My kids get a lot of their protein from lunch meat, especially for lunches and snacks and that kind of thing. They also had an organic salami, which is new, and that's kind of cool. I got that so that I can put it in a pasta salad that I am going to make, because that's just a nice touch of flavor and protein to a pasta salad. And over here you'll see another one of our staples. We always get the Aidells sausage. It's always free of hormones and everything. I believe, let's see, I believe this one is organic, this one is not, but they're both all natural, without preservatives and without nitrates, that kind of thing. As for eggs, this is the first time ever that we have gotten the standard Kirkland eggs. And like I said, we are on a bit of a budget right now. And with the amount of eggs that our family of 5 eats, we decided that we are just going to get these this time. We also noticed as a new thing, let's see if I can kind of get in there without the shelf getting in the way, they are cage free. So they're not quite as good as pastured eggs, but the very cheapest eggs they had are now cage free. So that's, I know it's not perfect, but that's the standard we are going with on our current budget. So these are like super affordable eggs. During the cold and flu season, I like to add garlic to everything because it is really good for boosting immunity. So I like to throw it into soups and things like that. Roast it up and put it on pizza. You can add it to stir fries, like all sorts of things. If I feel like I am coming down with something like a cold, I will often even just take a clove and mince it up and have it on toast with my goat cheese, which is kind of like having it with cream cheese. And obviously it's a really strong flavor, but it is very effective. And so I'll do that just kind of medicinally. I do like to have a few natural-ish pre-made frozen dinners on hand for when we are in a hurry. We usually get this chicken tikka masala and it tastes really good, and you can have it with rice, or you can also have it with the naan bread that they sell, which I have in the rest of my non-refrigerables haul. My husband likes to eat these, and my 2- and 4-year-old like to eat them as well. They are the organic chicken chipotle burritos. They used to have a non-organic version, but I think price-wise they're pretty similar, and they actually have a little more in them, so they're a little more balanced, so that's nice. And over here we get our organic chicken and mozzarella ravioli. Those make a great quick dinner. You can just put some red sauce on them or oil and some salt, and they are really yummy. I personally can't eat them anymore because I can't have gluten and dairy, but my family loves them. And then over here we have our Aidells chicken meatballs, and we got these to make spaghetti and meatballs because they are a generally healthier alternative, and we've gotten these before and they taste really good, so happy about those. This is another one of our staples that we get every single time that we go to Costco. We get our wild Alaskan smoked sockeye salmon, and almost everyone except for our oldest son love this stuff. And we put it on crackers. Another thing that's really good with goat cheese or any kind of cheese. You can make sandwiches out of it. It is just really good stuff. One of the few things we refuse to compromise on is seafood, just because there can be really high levels of mercury and other toxins and things like that. So we do try to get wild Alaskan seafood when possible. So it's awesome that they have that regularly. And then finally in the fridge, we also have our organic orange juice. This is our favorite orange juice ever. It is the closest flavor to natural squeezed orange juice that we have ever tasted, so we absolutely love that orange juice. That is what we have for our refrigerables. Now let's go check out everything else, and it's a lot of stuff. Alright you guys, here is the giant rest of the haul. So produce and snacks and pantry items, that kind of thing. So let's start down here at the bottom and work our way up. We've got our beverages down here. We love our kombucha, and we discovered that Kirkland has their own Kirkland brand now, which is by far the cheapest one. The work that Bill does now is very physical, and he definitely needs to have electrolyte water, so we use Noon tabs that you can put in water, and he also really likes organic coconut water, which is just a natural source of electrolytes and good for rehydrating. We also have this orange mango juice. Me and the kids drink it watered down, like where we just put a tiny little bit in the bottom of the cup and fill the rest with water, so it's more of like a juice, what do they call it, a juice essence, that kind of thing. And Bill likes to just drink it straight up with ice. And like I mentioned, I can't have dairy, so I don't drink the regular cow milk like the rest of the family, and I can tolerate goat milk better, but it is so darn expensive. So I got the almond milk this time around. My favorite alternative milk is cashew milk, but they don't have that at Costco, and this one was extraordinarily cheap. They give you 12 cartons in there, so that's great, and it just lasts and lasts and lasts in your pantry, so that's awesome. A couple of non-food items. We got our toilet paper, obviously a great value at Costco. Bill also needed a new pair of jeans, so he got a new pair of jeans. All of my winter socks have been getting holes in them, and so I needed a few more pairs of those, and so they had 4 pairs for $10. Thought that was a pretty good deal. And over here we have our produce. So our family, you would not believe the number of bananas our family goes through. It is insane. And so we usually try to get them at our local grocery store, because you can get the cut bananas for like half the price as the regular bananas, and bananas are already cheap, so by far and away the best deal. But when we are at Costco, we just grab a few while we're at it, because we always need more bananas. With a family of 5, we all love bananas. We just go right through them. We also got 2 bags of the little mandarin oranges, and it's getting to be the time of year where they taste really good too. Like in the winter season, they taste really good because that's when they are in season. We also got a pineapple. We usually get 1 every time we go to Costco, because they go really well in smoothies, and we usually make a smoothie about once a week, and it just adds an excellent flavor to smoothies. And then let's come on over to the snacks. So like I mentioned, I am gluten-free, so this is a great find. My first choice for crunchy things is the organic tortilla chips, so there are those. And you can see family already got into those ones. But I like to have a backup for when we're out of chips, and I will usually get rice crackers, but they have these at Costco that are almond crackers, and they are really good. I'm a big fan of those for gluten-free crackers. Some of the best gluten-free crackers I've tasted, I think. And then we also have our seaweed. They only sell the organic kind now, and I believe it's the same price as the one they used to sell that wasn't organic. So that is one of our family's favorite snacks. That is another one of those healthy snacks, like where you're getting greens in. They are salty and they have oil on them, which makes them obviously taste really good. But if you're trying to eat fewer carbs, they're a great crunchy, salty snack. It's definitely an acquired flavor, but we love the flavor. So we always get one of those when we go to Costco. And up here, this is another one of our staples, is these nut bars. They're basically the Costco equivalent to Kind bars. They are almost exactly the same thing ingredients wise. Nuts with a little bit of chocolate covering on them. So they're pretty, relatively healthy. They do have some added sugar, but not too much. We like to give those to our kids as treats every once in a while for dessert, and my husband likes to pack them in his lunches when he goes to work. We also get a lot of our nuts at Costco because they are such a good price, bulk basically. So we got our pecans and our walnuts because we were out of those. Like I said, we are stocking up our pantry. We have our dried fruit. Most days for dessert, we give our kids dried fruit, and we just started that when they were super young, like first starting solids. I mean, obviously ones that they could, manage with however many teeth they had at the time. But they basically just came to think that is the norm. Dessert is dried fruit. So nice healthy dessert. And like I said, occasionally we'll give them one of these, and special times of the year we have the 80-20 rule. I have a whole video I made about that, where 80% of the time we try to eat healthy, 20% of the time we don't worry about it. So, birthdays, we have cake, we eat yummy stuff at the holidays, pie and cookies and that kind of thing. So, but we know that those are just for special occasions, and we talk about how they are a sometimes food, and it's good to enjoy them sometimes, but we don't want to eat them all the time. The kids really love the figs. I personally love the mango. Like, I cannot get enough of the dried mango. It is so tasty. Oh, and I realized I forgot to mention the pears with the produce as well. Like I said, we are not getting everything organic right now, so when we get non-organic produce, I literally just wash them with soap and water before we eat them, and I think that helps get any residue of stuff off of the skin. So we got some pears since those seem to be in season now. And then let's come on over to our pantry items. My 2 and 4-year-old are going through a phase right now where they love beans, which is awesome because they are such a cheap form of protein for the kids. So like, we can literally just open up these cans of organic beans and put them in a bowl with a spoon, and they just go to town. So I'm like, okay, like that's an easy lunch. My daughter loves rice as well, so sometimes she likes to have rice and beans. So we get the organic kidney beans and black beans, and those are pretty affordable for organic. And up here we have our raw honey right here in the honey bears. That one was the most affordable raw honey that they have, which we use the raw honey on toast, and if we're putting it on things as like a condiment. In the wintertime, Bill likes to take all of the berries that we have harvested from our bushes and frozen, and he turns them into jam, and it is the most amazing jam ever. And he uses natural sweeteners, including honey. We don't use raw for that just because you're cooking it for so long at such high temperatures that defeats the purpose of raw. So why buy raw honey for that purpose? So we just get the regular Kirkland honey for that. And now, I've mentioned in previous Costco hauls that I like to get this stuff. I am also very sensitive to legumes, and peanuts are a legume. I don't have like an anaphylactic reaction to peanuts, but my system is much happier when I don't eat them. So I usually get other nut butters, and my absolute favorite one that they've had at Costco is called Nutso, and it is basically exactly this. It has these nuts: almonds, cashews, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, and flax seeds. But the actual Nutso brand is ridiculously expensive. It's like $17 or $18 for just one jar, or something ridiculous like that. So I was so excited to see that they had a Kirkland version of it. So this mixed nut butter, it's like the exact same thing. I looked at the ingredients, and it is literally half the price. So I think this was like $7 or $8 for the entire jar, and it's just me most of the time eating this stuff, so it lasts for like months. So that was absolutely worth it. So I got 2 of those. And to go with our tortilla chips, we do like to have our chips and salsa. That's one of our little indulgent things that we do like to eat, is our chips and salsa. So we got our standard Kirkland organic salsa. Bill usually does make a large batch of salsa from our produce in the garden. We didn't have a garden this year, but we have in previous years, and I believe we made a video on how we make our garden salsa, so I will link that here if I can find it. But whenever we run out of that, we actually are just finishing our last jar from 2 years ago now. We make that much and it lasts that long. So we are now needing to get some store-bought salsa, so we just get that one, and it's very affordable and tasty. Here we got our organic treetop applesauce, and that one is pretty affordable. That's just one of those pantry items we like to have on hand. And I passed these by and I thought, those sound really yummy. I really like Kalamata olives, which is funny because olives used to be one of the few foods I used to never ever eat as a child, and now I love them. It's funny how that works. But anyway, I saw those and I thought they looked really good to add to my pasta salad or just to munch on in general, so I got those. And this, you guys, I was shocked to see this. The Vital Proteins collagen peptides. And collagen peptides is what we add for protein to our smoothies. Back when our food budget was less of a concern and we were spending a little more on food, I would just buy this stuff, this brand, the Vital Proteins, full price from Amazon or from straight from their website. And this stuff was expensive. It was like $40 for a can that was smaller than this. It was just ridiculous. And so when I saw this, it's like bigger than the standard can. I'm not sure how many ounces are in the standard can, but this one is 24 ounces. And it was on sale for $23 for that entire thing of collagen peptides. I was shocked. Like, you get more in there for like half the price that you would get it online. So I'm like, we are gonna jump on that one and keep it on stock because it doesn't really go bad. You can just put it on your shelf and it will last for a long time. And over here, last but not least, we have all of our bread here. My husband loves his Dave's Killer bread, so he insisted that we get at least one package of that because he wants to eat it every once in a while, so that's fine. We also discovered that the Fran's organic great seed bread is very similar, but it is cheaper. So we've been trying to get that one more frequently. Like I said, when we eat the chicken tikka masala dinner, we often have it with this naan. And I wish I could eat gluten because this naan is so tasty and it always makes everything smell so good when we toast them and heat them up. And last but not least, like I said, I am gluten-free and they have two good options for gluten-free breads at Costco, which I am very pleasantly surprised about. They have the Udis, which is the only one they used to have, and that one's pretty good too, and I am fine with that one. But they also have the Fran's, I can't quite see the brand on there, but it's Fran's 7-grain gluten-free bread. And while the Udis taste pretty good, this one also tastes pretty good, and I like the texture of it better. And the loaf is a little bit bigger, so overall I think I like this one better. So I have just been mostly getting that brand. So I just had two items in the freezer here I wanted to show you. They had these organic pot stickers, and those looked like a yummy, just quick dinner for my family. Once again, they have gluten, so I can't eat them, but everybody else in my family can. Our wild Alaskan salmon burgers. This is one of our staples as well for quick dinners. They taste really good. We just have them with burgers or just even by themselves, or you can cut them up and put them on salads. Lots of options for those. All right, there was our gigantic Costco haul. I hope you guys learned a little something from that. And if you guys have a moderate to larger size family like we do, and you shop at Costco, and you don't have the Citibank credit card, it definitely has benefits. So I highly recommend it because we save so much money every year from using it. So I hope that that was interesting, if nothing else, entertaining. I don't know. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you liked it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I still don't have comments back on my videos. I'm still pretty upset about that, but it's just kind of is how it is now. So I've just been linking my videos to my community tab page. So if you want to leave a comment for this video, it will be over in the community tab. I also usually post it on Facebook, so you can go head over to my Eat Pray Crunch Facebook page and see it over there as well if you want to make a comment. So anyway, yeah, consider subscribing if you're new around here and you are interested in moderately crunchy lifestyle and parenting. And we will see you next time. Bye, guys.